We are here, we are live, and we are victorious. Welcome to another edition of Wake and Pack, people. Late and pack in this circumstance, but we are winners. We are winners. Victory Monday over the rivals, over the Bears. Um, we should have a fun show today. All Victory Mondays are fun. The first thing I'm going to tell you is just win, baby. A win is a win. Like I said, I don't care if it's by half a point. And to talk about our rivals a little bit, I have a code open before we have a very special guest come in. Starts at the top. Not age shaming, nothing to do with, I'm sure she's a lovely lady. But the Bears owner is 101 years old. If we can't operate a car at 80 or whatever age it is, they say after a while, if they worried about presidents' ages of running the world, I'm not sure if she should be able to run the Bears. She can collect the revenue and be, but her as the owner, it starts from the top. If you don't care up there, I think it's going to trickle down. And another thing, as far as these franchise or snake-bitten franchises, I don't hear the Bears enough in that category because 1985 is the last time they were at the promised land. You know what I'm saying? They made it again after that, but it didn't count. They switch quarterbacks every year. They just been very horrible ever since. And, we might have to consider them as one of the snake-bitten franchises. And then again, you know how the Packers, we've been finding a way to win every week, whether it's ugly, good, bad, or indifferent, we still win. They've been finding a way to lose every week. And they found some of the most interesting ways and most rare ways to lose. That is why I feel that this is a snake-bitten franchise. The last couple of games y'all lose is on the block field goal. Ouch. And the double doink y'all did a long time ago. Ouch, ouch. And Hail Mary. Okay. The Packers had to let the Commanders borrow a Hail Mary because we are the Hail Mary Kings. Shout out to the complicated fella. And yes, I did say that, even though he's going through his hard times. But listen, Victory Monday, y'all. We about to enjoy this. Now I need help. Let me allow my guest to get in here. But first, we'll give a shout out to Niehoff. Niehoff is in the building. Niehoff, how you like that game, man? Had to be beautiful, right? Give the special team some credit. They have won 3 games this year. Hey, absolutely, and we will get into that. But before we get into anything else, we're gonna bring in our 2 guests, and as you can see, we mentioned them. We mentioned the complicated fella. He's going through hard times right now, but he's still a Packer for life, and we don't kick men when they're down. He gave us a ring. He won us a ring. And, he gave us actually the opportunity for Jordan Love to be playing. So right now what we're going to do, usual suspects, you guys know who they are. TR, Packers Kingdom. How y'all feeling on this Victory Monday? But first, hey, age before beauty. Age before beauty, PK. Hold your horses. TR, how would you summarize your experience of watching the game yesterday? What are your points?
Dear Lord, the first 2 words that come to mind. We had no business winning that game. We should not have won that game. Now, I'm never going to apologize for getting a W, but we really should not have won that game. So it just shows you what a franchise the Packers are compared to the Bears. We just simply do everything the way it should be. And the Bears, they're very much the bizarro Packers. They do things in the opposite way. So while I'm never going to apologize for a victory, I'm very pleased for that. I don't believe that we should have won that game, but I don't care.
And doesn't that feel better knowing that you shouldn't win a game and you still get the W? It kind of feels like
Abs-
you got away with a robbery. It kind of feels like you stole something from a store, from somebody's backyard, and you just don't get caught. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have been on the other side of that equation many times where we've played football so much better than our opponent, only to escape there with a loss instead of a victory. So I'm very pleased for that. And it was wonderful to hear you on the phone, higher point of view, screaming in joy while I was screaming back at you with joy. We were very happy to
That
escape
was
that game.
that was a great feeling. All right, Packers Kingdom. Before, hey, well, we're just going to give you the floor. Just like I asked TR, man, summarize the game in your eyes, man. And then again, let me tell y'all before we let PK start. When we win, I mean, I wear my gear all the time, but there's after certain wins, I go wear my gear out in public. Some guy walked up to me. He ended up being a Vikings fan, but the first thing he said is, "Oh, you guys got lucky. You barely won." The next thing I said, "Hey, man, a win is a win." So I know a win is a win, Packers Kingdom. I'm feeling some kind of energy coming from your way. This is Victory Monday where we are positive, but you have the floor, Packers Kingdom, and lay off a Quay. That's all I got to say. But go ahead, man. What you got to say about the game? What you got to say about the game, PK?
He
PK, you there?
he's 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 silenced because he can't think of anything but Quay.
Right.
No, I,
We
I,
got we
no,
got.
I said, I love what I've seen. This is what I thought we were going to do. Christian Watson be the number one receiver and let him take over the game. Let him. That's what I can see. Uh, even though
Yeah, great game.
even though Matt LaFleur caught some dumb ass things in the red zone. I don't know. You have Josh Jacobs. He's hot right now, and you're gonna tell Jordan Love to do an RPO. Like, what's going on there? I wonder what happened to Romeo Dobbs' fade ball in the red zone. Like, I haven't seen that all year. Last year against the Bears, you threw a fade. You threw like 2 or 3 fade balls to him. This year, he didn't get nothing. It's like they phase him out. Is it they saving him for 49ers game or is he getting traded in the offseason? Like, y'all phase Romeo Dobbs out of the equation. Like, after those 2 games he had back-to-back games, he been phased out.
I do like when they use Romeo at the goal line, kind of like how they use Devontae and do a fade route. You're right about that. I haven't seen that as much this year. And maybe we do need to see more since we are the 29th red zone offense. But this is another thing that shows you that the Bears still suck. They were number one in red zone defense, and we were not the last team, but we were 29th. So we shouldn't have been able to score as much as we did on them if you look at those two statistics. Another statistic is they were 4-1 at home. You know what I'm saying? So they had to be feeling good about that. So we had to stop them on that one. Another thing is they were 3-0 whenever that offense scores. Well, damn, I was going to say scores over 20 points, but we held them to 19. So that wouldn't have counted. But before you go on, PK, let's take care of our people, man. Niehoff says offense looked good to me. Yeah, it did. It did. And then again, we were rolling Niehoff until Love did what he did in the end zone. If that didn't happen, that really, really changed the momentum of the game around. If not, it could have been a blowout. But we've said that many times with these Packers. We'll go down, score one time, second time on the way to score, and then some bullshit happens. So we do have to clean that up. Another end zone interception from Love. So
One thing, HP, one thing. Where is
go
the
ahead.
casual fan? I have a bone to pick with him.
Okay, hey, hopefully he comes in here. But in his defense, it was a great game by Christian Watson. But I need to see that a few more times before we crown him any kind of way. But
But also,
as a fan, he got to come in and speak.
but you have to understand that Matt LaFleur told Christian Watson and Jordan Love told Christian Watson, you're going to get the ball this game. They're going to get. That's why Jaden Reed was phased out. That's why Romeo was phased out. It was a Jacob and Christian Watson game. That was it. That was the game plan.
Absolutely. Hey, Zane Strong, Victory Monday, y'all. Thank God. Yes, definitely, Zane. Shout out to Zane, and then shout out to everybody, man. Here's a victory beer. Cheers to all of you. Let's enjoy this day. Let's enjoy this week. Another big game coming up this weekend. Something I care about, shit, just as much as the Bears game. They are just as much a rival to me as the Bears are right now with the San Francisco 49ers, or like my boy KH would say, shout out to KHTV2, San Francisco 49ers. Bridge Creek Bulldogs 7-3, beating the Bears never gets old. No, it does not, especially in that fashion. What a way for them to go out on that one. And that had to be devastating more than a blowout. Like I said, I rather would have had a blowout. That's what I said when I came in here a few streams ago. But now, hindsight's 2020. No, we want the Bears to suffer. We want them to, I said put a nail in the coffin. I think this is a better way of doing that. You know what I'm saying? Making them lose a heartbreaker like that. Only credit I will give them, and it probably happened by default, it looks like and seems like they actually have a guy who knows how to use Caleb. Okay, you don't score for a whole month, and then you fire your OC, and then you bring this brother in there, and he seems like he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only kind of credit I'll give them. But I guarantee they're going to fumble this, and he will be on another coaching staff elsewhere. Eberflus might take him with him wherever he goes. Niehoff, the Chiefs won a lot of games they shouldn't have. That's the NFL. Absolutely. That's why we'll just take what we could take. Niehoff cleaned up the penalties. For one game, we got to continue on. Gooseby, just saying what's up. Shout out to my boy. Brandy is in the house. Damn the Bears. You damn right about that, Brandy. Damn the Bears. Shout out to Brandy Lewis. Turtles is in the building. Go Pack Go. Brenton Cox is him. That is something else I did want to mention. Getting rid of Uncle P, getting rid of Preston. There was no worry about where the about production, but we were just wondering where it would come from. And Cox really did a good job. So what you think about that, Packers Kingdom? What you think about the pressure?
When I looked over the film twice. Those two open sacks that they didn't block on. It wasn't like he fought through any contact. It was free sacks off the edge. Now if he did something like what Gary did, we seen Von Gary yesterday.
Hey, what a great visual. Yesterday. Hey, what a great visual of his helmet almost off, and he's just mean mugging the camera. That was a nasty.
I forgot what impression he did. I forgot, but Gary had 5 pressures yesterday. He got like 9 pressures in 2 games. In the first half of the season, he had like 6 pressures in 19 in 7-8 games. So he's stepping up. He's starting to understand the defense more. And let him stand up, because when he do when he go on 3-point stance, he look a second slow off the ball. Just let him stand up and bull rush.
Okay, hey, shout out to Turtles. We really haven't seen the Packers at their peak yet, and still 7-3. How do you feel about that, TR? We haven't even I kind of said it like we've been winning games on accident. Imagine we really do get it gelling to offense and defense. And hey, we all got to give credit to Pistachio. Okay, we have to give it to him for the confidence, because I heard early this week in practice, he was saying we need a block this week. And what a time to get a block, right, TR?
That's right. A big shout out to Mr. Biracial, because who in the world calls their shot on a blocked field goal? Well, Pistachio did. So big shout out to him. I do agree with the people in the chat and what you're saying. We really need to start gelling. And I think the next quarter of this season, the next 4 games, is really going to be crucial for us to find our identity. I like our identity on offense, although I think things can be cleaned up, especially with Love and his decision making. Keep making good decisions, and hopefully the physical errors he has throwing the ball is behind us now. But I'm more concerned about this defense, and I'll tell you why. Um, Early in the year, we fed off of turnovers. Where have the turnovers been lately? Well, they've been kind of silent. Turnovers tend to come in bunches. So, what are you going to need to be able to do? I think we need to generate a better pass rush. Even though Gary played a better game yesterday, I think as a trend going forward to the playoffs, we need to find more production. Let's be honest, this Bears offensive lineman, the offensive line for the Bears is shitty. They're playing like second and third stringers. We should have had about 5 or 6 sacks. There's a number of reasons why we didn't, but we need to find a better pass rush. And
Well,
the other component I'm worried about is just the depth at cornerback, especially if Jare is going to be sitting out.
Hey,
So
PK,
the
I'm gonna let you talk.
next 4 games are really crucial to work these all these
yeah,
issues out. I
but
think we can.
yeah, but another thing, TR, to tell you is that let's not forget that the two starting tackles played, so that helped the Bears offense a lot. Last week they were playing with third, fourth string tackles. Now Braxton Jones, I mean, he's a decent tackle, and you see what he did to Evan Williams on that pull. That's how Swift got that touchdown. He got annihilated,
Yeah.
and Xavier McKinney took the wrong angles, and Quay
That's hard.
Walker.
That's a hard tackle to make. That's a hard tackle to make.
When you don't have no corners, they picked on Keyshawn Nixon all game. I ain't gonna lie to you, they ate Keyshawn Nixon for lunch.
So, hey, with that, PK, with that, I understand. You kind of had some words to say about Nixon, but what I always say is Nixon is not the same Nixon when Jair's not in there. And what TR said about our turnovers, one of the reasons, I think we've slowed down has been injuries. Number one to Jair and to Evan Williams. Evan Williams is a turnover machine. And, we've been missing out on them for a couple of games. Glad that they're back now. Don't know what's going to happen with Jair. And it is safe to say that this guy is injury prone. But one thing I'm going to do, y'all know I'm a Halfley lover. I'm going to give him a break and the benefit of the doubt because, again, who knows what he was studying, but all of the Bears game before this point had a different offensive coordinator. So it's really like, what is he, that's a tough job to look at film
Yeah.
and with the previous games from Caleb Williams
Let me tell
Yeah.
you
when it's
this.
a different philosophy.
No, let me tell you
Yeah.
this.
You make
I did
no. You
see
make
the
a
Joe
really
Barry
good point.
special one time, though. I couldn't believe Hapley did it. We had the corners 15 yards back, and that's when we got
Yeah.
ate up. I couldn't believe we
You
seen that.
But
you
look,
make a really
look, let me,
good point. Let me just quick point. You make a really good point. Our defense was going up a lot of unscouted looks, so that that was in the Bears' favor. I'm looking at the general trends throughout the season, so they're going to get better. Okay, PK.
okay, look. I understand the unscouted looks, right? But you know, when you're, you know, whatever the OC name, Brown or whatever, he had an answer to everything Halfley did. He had an answer. You blitz, you throw a screen. You sit back, he had the guards pull, and Swift ran right behind him. Uh, uh, okay, you play back. He had DJ Moore. He had DJ Moore doing bubble screens. He had answers for everything Halfley dialed up. Um, but let me tell you this: when your interior defensive line is not helping, when Kenny Clark is getting washed out to play, I watched it twice to know I was not tripping.
I seen that. I
seen Kenny Clark get his ass whooped all game. No push, no nothing, just getting beat up. And then when I seen Brooks and Wyatt play, They got pressure up the middle. LVN got held the whole game. We all thought LVN was trash or something. No, man, they choke slammed that man. He could have had 2 sacks. He could have had 2 sacks on Caleb. They choked him. They choked him out. Braxton Jones, number 70. You know what I'm telling you that because I know who did it. Equibare could have had 2 sacks, but he's swift on both sacks. The first sack.
Hey, you're going. That second one, he tried to like, bro, grab him and get him down. He tried to jump on top of him.
Listen. The first one.
The game would have been over.
The first one, he swifted. Caleb dipped and threw a pass. The third 19, bro jumped in the air like he was just Superman. Like, why you do that? It's like Equibare had the Bear. He had money on the Bears to win. It's like he needed his parlay to hit because no way you with 2 sacks, but last week you got you a sack. The same play. How did you jump in the air like you finna do Incredible Hulk and missed?
Yeah, I didn't understand the angle he was at. He didn't have to jump up. He could have just kept going forward and got a sack. You know what I'm saying?
And then another thing, Quay, what you doing juking?
Okay. Hey, look, I know you have a lot to say about Quay. Hey,
I looked at that. And I thought my controller was broke when he was.
That happens in Madden. You see that? Sometimes you just hesitate, like go get him, Quay. I get it. Go get him, but I get you. But hey,
look, Caleb was like that.
Yeah.
Caleb was begging us to sack him. He was begging. He said, "I don't want this game. Y'all can come sack me. Y'all don't want it. All right, I'll torch y'all then." He was begging us to sack him.
Hey, let's take care of our people real quick. Hey, Gooseby. He says Cox did his thing. Yes, I'm glad somebody else unnamed that we didn't think would come in and do some damage. Zane says I got killed by Cali. Oh boy, not even close. Oh, he's talking about fantasy. Fantasy update tomorrow for everybody.
I'm coming. TR on fantasy, I'm coming.
Oh, so we got a little confidence PK in fantasy now.
TR was talking trash to me in text messages. So I'm gonna beat you.
I'm getting my ass
it's
whooped. Not over.
I'm getting my ass whooped. Shout out to Milto. Hey, I get 42 points from Jared Goff. I'm feeling good. Milto comes in and just blows me out. So shout out to Milto. I am done. I lost this week. We'll get into that tomorrow. Anybody interested in higher point of view fantasy league? Tomorrow will be the update. We got to let Monday night's games play so everything could be finalized.
HP, I give you Nick Chubb for love. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we'll talk about it. Hey, I've been asking for CMC. Hey, CMC, what a year for him. Just what a bad deal going on. Hey, bro, we played them on Sunday.
He got me 14 points, though. He got me 14 points.
Okay. Hey, let's take care of our people. Dark Gable, shout out to the OG homie, man. That interception was weird and looked fixed. How do you overthrow that, man? He couldn't have. Yeah, Moisture Town is going to be trouble. Yeah, bro. I don't understand that. He didn't have to throw off of his back foot. Kraft was wide open. He didn't have to throw it that high. He could have threw it in between his numbers. J Love just got to improve that.
HP, he didn't throw off his back foot. He planted it, but he just put too much power into the throw.
But why did he throw it so high?
Because he's healthy and he's happy. I'm healthy. I get to move around. I get to finally not be restricted. We won the game because Love was mobile. If Love was hurt, we would have lost the game. I'm telling you.
And let me tell y'all something. I'm not calling Love out on being fake or whatever, but the groin kind of lingers around. I don't know. Last week or the week before the bye when he was limping and doing all that, maybe he was hurt. But I'm like, damn, because this week we seen no kind of bother of the groin at all. I mean, listen, I guess I'm just happy that he's healthy. But the way he was limping around, I'm like, come on.
And the knee brace is off. He had the knee brace last week. The knee brace is off. That'd be full. No restriction, nothing. Full.
Hey, shout out to Gooseby. He says, anybody seen Kenny Clark? I ain't gonna lie, Gooseby. Shout out to my boy, too. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to 215. He hasn't been this year. I wanted to give him a little time to warm up. Maybe he still needs more time. Maybe we need to look at more film and see what he actually is doing. But yeah, man, I've seen a lot of times in this game. I'm like, KC, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Kenny Clark couldn't win 1-on-1. That's why you think Roshan just bulldozed over Kenny Clark.
Okay, so PK and TR, what is the reasoning we think? Is Kenny Clark, is it just it for him? I mean, he's a big boy. This is his third Packers contract, which is rare. This is his third one, right? Is it time for us to, Devontae Wyatt was supposed to take over for Kenny. Kenny should probably be the secondary defensive tackle. Should we be worried about Kenny, TR?
I think so. I think age and the wear and tear that's been on his body for quite a few years is a concern. Maybe he's not completely healthy. He's not a type of guy who's going to come out and say that he's been playing hurt, but maybe he's hurt. I really don't know. PK, you can't tell me you know what's going on in Kenny Clark's head. He might be hurt. He might be hurt. Maybe he's on his last legs.
No.
That's what I was thinking, TR. A couple plays, I'm like, bro, just don't look 100%.
I see Kenny Clark plays. He played the Cardinals and he played Houston, Texas very, very well. He beats up on bad offensive line. If Kenny Clark plays a decent offensive line, he can't do nothing.
Dude, that was weeks ago, man.
No, the guard is pretty decent. The guard he's like top 13 in the league right now. Their guard, and he got whooped.
Kenny Clark is better than that. So you didn't let me make my point. My point was he's either hurt and not telling us, or he is at the end of his career. One of those two things.
I agree with TR.
Let me tell you this. He's not the end of his career. Preston Smith went right to the Steelers and got a sack. Maybe Kenny Clark is not fit for 4-3. He's not fit for 4-3. He's more your nose. He's like a guy that he wants to anchor. He wants to hold the gaps. He do not like to shoot gaps. I see that. He wants the play to come to him. He don't want to go to the play.
Okay. So TR, to be fair to PK, TR, do you think this could be a situation where Clark is more fit for the 3-4, or that's what he's been trained to do his whole career? Because
trade off season. I'm trade.
Oh, and watch your trades. Watch your trades, PK. Hey, PK. Thank you for DK. Hey, after week 1, you guys, in fantasy, Packers Kingdom was not happy about DK. Week 1, you guys, he didn't get a sample size 2, 3, 4 weeks. Packers Kingdom let him go. I added him on my team, and he's been a darling for me. So that just shows you don't want to trade everything.
I tried to trade him I tried to trade you DK, but you said I don't want DK.
Well, yeah, if you're just going to give them up, hey, shout out to JT. What's good, HPOV? The Bears still suck. They still suck, and they always will suck. Shout out to Dark Gable. The Pack got – hold on. The Pack got rid of Smith for money. Absolutely, and he didn't want to be there. Zane Strong, we should worry about the cornerback room. John Money can't stay healthy. He cannot. Niehoff, I'll reserve my opinion on LaFleur's play calling and decisions for another stream. Absolutely, it's Victory Monday. And you know what? Just like Victory Monday, we got to come up with a different day where we can just talk bad about our boys to see where we need to improve. And Packers Kingdom sounds like he's about to say something that we need to improve. So, PK, what you got to say, man?
What I have to say is this. We damn near 7 games away from the offseason. So, I'm starting my offseason. I've been starting my offseason since week 1. But the thing is, that's the offseason for me is the best time for me to watch football because I love the offseason. Because
we know
I came in happy about this defense. The defense line supposed to be our strongest unit, but the safety ended up being our strongest unit. Kenny Clark, I advocated to get paid because I seen what you did in 3-4, and every time we went to nickel, you shoot the gaps and you was going crazy. Okay, you got paid. Now all of a sudden you're taking a step back. That's ironic. It's like every player that we played took a step back. LVN, I understand that, but he took a step back. Devontae Wyatt, his best season. Brooks. When Brooks got in the 3-tech, Brooks was destroying the guard. The same player that Brooks was beating up on, Kenny can't do it. So what I'm saying is that we need to shift Kenny. We got to shift Kenny off because the most important part of the defense is the middle. If you collapse the pocket in the middle, then you make Caleb have to run outside, and that's what Elvian and Gary speed sideline to sideline. You know what I mean? And the 4-3 is built. It's not built for guys like Rashawn Gary and Elvian. There are 3-4. There are really 3-4 type guys. But when you try to play LVN wide 9, they had LVN play wide 9. He can't do that. You gotta. I want Happy to do this, and ask Salah. Salah is known for making defensive linemen. He's known. Look at the Jets. Quentin Williams. Whatever he did with the Jets, I want them to copy and paste the personnel into our group.
Okay, hey, Patrick Keenum. What I told you is we got to understand the human aspects of things. Salah is LaFleur's best friend. LaFleur just can't bring Salah in and have him do any. I mean, he can probably give suggestions, but this is Hafley's defense. They even asked Hafley about it. Hafley's like, I'm not worried about it. I'm the defensive coordinator. I've known Salah. You know, he's coming in just to help. But we got to let Hafley run his defense. We can't just, Salah's in town. I don't know what exact role he's playing.
For the one time, can we call Joe Barry for the 49ers game? Because it seems like every time he plays the Niners, he has the Niners. He has Kyle Shanahan number.
Well, maybe we seen the Joe Barry special this week, so maybe Hafley is bringing out his inner Joe Barry. Let's take care of people. Zane Strong got to get back to work. Watch the replay. I want to see what Inquiring Minds got to say. Absolutely, this is Inquiring Minds, pretty much. Gooseby says facts. Gooseby says Valentine got cooked too. He did at certain times, but again, when Jair is in there, other people's roles are different. And actually, CV physically, Carrington Valentine just looks like a different player this year.
Hey, what's his name? Goosey Gooser. I don't want to hear no CV slander because CV.
No, he did. He looked good to me, but he's gonna get burned.
I'm just saying, CV needs rhythm and he needs PT
reps.
You cannot sit here. You cannot say, CV, got cooked because he doesn't have a rhythm. He's always out of the mix.
And where the hell is Stokes at? Hey, Dark Gable, the OG homie, says Nixon is better outside. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. When Jair gets hurt, it screws a lot of shit up. Dark Gable says Valentine getting cooked like eggs and bacon. Hey, it's a hard position for him to be in. Niehoff says the Bears attack us around the outside on offense and we're successful for sure. And AJ says pathetic performance on defense. I kind of tend to agree, but we did enough to do what we needed to do. Gooseby says Clark has been a ghost all season. I'm trying to take care of our people, y'all. Shout out to Blake 22. Kenny Clark not looking good in his 4-3 defense. That's debatable. Dark Gable, Kenny Clark is quiet as a church house mouse for sure. Gooseby, is Clark in the wrong scheme? Is Clark in the wrong scheme? So can we all answer that?
Yes.
It's still okay. But if you're in one scheme for half of your career or your whole career and you jump into another one, can we give him a grace period? Just like Keyshawn Nixon last year, it was his first year.
Okay, how about this though? Devontae Wyatt was in the same scheme for 3 years.
Yeah, but he's young. He's young, and he hasn't settled into his own self.
No. He's not young. He's almost the same age as Kenny Clark in 3 years.
Young in the game, though. Not young as far as age.
But what I'm saying is that maybe Kenny Clark can't pick it up in his mind. Maybe he's stuck with Joe Barry, and maybe look at Gary. Him and Gary. They both
I
the
still
same
think
team.
there's more
But
time.
Gary,
Hey, we got how many more games left? I think Kenny Clark could pick it up when we need him to. So we got to give him a chance. Dark
do
Gable,
you
Quay needs to be
do you
moved
know
around
that?
on the
Do you know
offensive
these
line.
last? Do you know that these last 4 games we play against really good offensive linemen? Correct. Maybe
Okay.
he can get maybe he can get one with the Saints, Seattle, but Niners defense. I mean Niners offensive line is pretty solid, especially in the run game. Detroit, we already know they got the best offensive lineman. Vikings got a decent offensive lineman.
Okay. Okay. Hey, look. With that being said, Dark Gable says Quay needs to be moved around on the offensive line. First, we're gonna go with TR and then Packers Kingdom. TR.
Quay
So
on the
do you
offensive
feel?
line.
Hold on. TR. Do you feel Quay should be used at the line of scrimmage a little more instead of being a linebacker? Should he rush off the edge, rush over the middle? The play Packers Kingdom is talking about is a play where Quay had a beeline straight to Caleb, and he just had some sort of hesitation. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think, TR? Should Quay be used in a different way? Should he just be rushed off the edge and in the middle and just be on blitz?
I think I want Quay to be good. I want him to be great. I like the kid. I really want him to be good. At this point, he's almost through his third year in his career, and things just aren't clicking for him. They really aren't. The mistakes he makes are pretty brutal. I think if they had a better option to play at middle linebacker, they would. I think he really should be used sparingly. I think he's the type of linebacker who's really rangy, has good speed. He's the type of linebacker you kind of need to keep the lineman off of. You need to keep him clean in pursuit. He is that type of linebacker. So I don't think he's playing in his best position at middle. So
So
yeah, move him around. Try to find different ways to get him loose, to maybe rush the passer, but he's very much a pursuit linebacker, in my opinion.
and it kind of sounds like he's more of a 3-4 because the 3-4 is designed. You only got 3 down linemen, but their job is to hold up offensive linemen so the linebackers could come in and make the tackles. The 4-3 is more off of, hey, we're gonna rush 4 and get to the quarterback. So what you got to say? I mean, Packers game. We already know how you feel about Quay. What can we do with Quay? Are you trying to get rid of him, or do you think he still has a place on his defense?
I mean, half of them like him, so my opinion don't mean nothing compared with half the personnel group thinks. But when I've been saying that, if you look at Georgia Bulldogs, his highlights, right? The Kobe D, the guy that's over there in the Eagles, is balling right now. I thought that Quay was going to play like his teammate right now, the Kobe D. He's outshining the first round pick. But the thing is, what I was telling everybody about, and people was calling me crazy and stupid, I said Quay is not he's a linebacker. But you see how the Vikings manipulate the pressure, and they have the linebackers moving all around. They had the linebackers drop back, play some type of some. They had the linebackers playing the flats. They have a linebackers playing the curls. They got linebackers having to play the running back. They got the linebackers rushing off the edges, B gap, A gap penetration. The linebackers is doing so much. When you have Quay just sit back in coverage and tell him, I want you to read this line right here, read the running back. He can't do it. You gotta have him attacking the quarterback. He got too much speed to just be sitting there. Wilson.
Hey, one thing. All right, PK. One thing we don't know is what he's asked exactly to do.
That's
So
what
that's
I'm
one thing.
saying.
Hey, let's go to JT. Quay was trying to keep dude from passing the ball. If he hits him, he still completes it because the DB was already. So that's what I'm saying. There's certain things we don't know, what he was asked to do on that play. He might have not have been asked to rush. He could have went rogue. There's times where Jair wasn't asked to rush, but he just did it anyway and got a sack. But you also want to listen to your coach. Gooseby says 7-3, can't ask for more. And all this complaining or whatever we're doing, we want our team to be better. criticizing players. Can we just look at the big picture? 7-3
Yeah,
in any situation is not a bad place to be in.
But the thing is that it's not different issues. It's the same issues every week that we already know. Quay is not picking up the game. It's getting worse. He had that one pass breakup.
That was nice.
Understandable. But
I'm glad you called that out.
Last year, the same game that we played yesterday, you was dominating the Bears in a 3-4. You got a pick six. You got multiple sacks, multiple tackles. But this year, I think the 4-3 is better for you because you get to play free. You don't have to sit here and control the gaps.
Again, though, we got to give – these are humans. We got to give them some time. Some people pick it up later than others. Dark Gable says, peace, HPOV. AJ is in the building. Shout out to AJ motherfucking F. Would so much be rather on the panel with you guys in that work. Hey, that day will come. The stars will align, AJ. We'll all be on here. It may be on the Prototype podcast. It may be on mine. It may be on PK's, but the day will happen, man. Shout out to AJ. Thank you for coming through. MVP is in the building, Mr. Vice President. That shit was rough, but a win is a win. Absolutely. Niehoff, we going on a run. It was this time last year the light came on. Absolutely. And that light really needs to come on with Jordan Love. JT, Kenny Clark is top 3 in double teams this year. I think that has something to do with it. What you guys say about that, PK?
What's that again?
JT, our boy JT in the chat says Kenny Clark is top 3 in double teams this year. That has something to do with it. They doubling Kenny, Packers Keenan. What you want them to do, man?
Okay. They doubling Kenny. Let's talk about this. Go look at Dexter Lawrence and Quentin Williams and see what all offensive line do to them and see they still gonna make a sack. And you pay Kenny Clark top 5 money and he's playing like a bottom 5 player. But look at Quentin Williams and Dexter Lawrence. That's where his payment is at, right up there. And you gonna tell them, I guarantee you, all of them got more. They're getting more triple team and double team than Kenny Clark, and they still make a play. They still be an enforcer. Gary get tripped and triple team. Gary had 5 pressures, and they triple teamed this man the whole game, and still got pressures and almost 2 sacks. You can't.
Okay, we're gonna talk about our QB real quick. Let's take care of our people though. Goosey. I think this scheme, far as Clark. Think it's the scheme for Clark. I think it's the scheme as far as Clark. Dark Gable, Kenny Clark better get his shit together or get traded. Dark Gable, if we beat Sugar Booty Town, we can end their season. We can end 2 seasons in a row. I think this victory ended the Bears season. First of all, they're so far behind in the division now. They ain't got to only catch up to us, but Minnesota too and the Bears. So maybe we can end the Niners season and we won't have to face that kryptonite in the playoffs.
I'm gonna tell you this: Kenny Clark better do good, or CMC gonna run 200 yards on us. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay. So talking about Jordan Love, he's on the streak, not the streak we want him to be, but maybe that's what makes him tighten it up at the end. He's on a streak of throwing interceptions every game. He's throwing one. Packers Kingdom, we'll start with TR. Is this a concern going forward? Is this what we're going to have? Or do you think that Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, Clemens, Stinovich, do you think they could fix this, not just turnover problem? We're going to have turnovers, but interception problem. These, and then especially in the end zone, that change. He threw a PK. Me and you seen it right there, up close and personal interception in the end zone. He did it against Philly, I believe. It's either in the end zone or so. Is this a problem? Can it be fixed, TR?
It can be fixed. Remember, this time last year is when the afterburners kicked in for him, and he went on a tear. I still love his talents. I love his demeanor. I love the way his mind works. I am very positive. I'm bullish on Jordan Love. Now, I can accept a physical error. I have bigger problems when it's a mental error. If he's throwing interceptions due to a mental issue or just a bad decision, that's where I have problems. I don't think he's going to have those mental errors the second half of this season. Occasionally, you're going to have a ball that comes out goofy or something just happens physically that isn't related to the decision making process. So that's going to happen. But I am bullish on Jordan Love, and I think he is the guy who can get us to the promised land.
Hey, before you go, PK, before you go, let me say this. Can we at least respect Love for having the nuts and guts to even do some of the throws he does? Just like Matt LaFleur said, Jordan Love loves his people, and he's going to give his receivers a chance, just like he did against Christian Watson. That was double coverage, but Christian Watson ended up bringing it down.
One person I'm not criticizing. Well, three people. 4 people.
5.
4 people.
TR, HVOV, AJ, who else?
4 people that I'm not criticizing on this offense. Number 1, no more criticizing Jordan Love. I've seen what I need to see. He had that 1 interception. But this is the game I finally came to peace and said Jordan Love is not going to throw a pick this game. And I mean, the pick, understandable, but I said Jordan Love was going to tear it up. And I felt it in my heart. And I was not having a heartache or a heart attack like I did the Rams game. I'm like,
we don't want you to have a heart attack.
I'm saying Jordan Love, something changed in Jordan Love. Because he finally saw Josh Jacobs in the touchdowns.
Okay, so hey, Packers Kingdom, I have to call you out, okay? Because you be saying this and you be saying that earlier in the year. You talking about we don't need Josh Jacobs. We could do this, we could do that. So how do you feel about Josh Jacobs now, Packers Kingdom?
Yes, sir. I keep saying like he can have a CMC year, especially if we get Marshawn Lloyd back. Oh man. Think about it.
Hey, number 30 don't look too bad either, and Emmanuel Wilson doesn't look bad either.
HP, hear me out. The personnel we can go with, if you want to get your fastest guys out there, Watson, Bo, Reed, running back, Jacobs automatically. Imagine having Jacobs, Lloyd, Wilson, Musgrave, and Kraft.
That'll work. That'll work. Hey, we planning to go an hour on here, so we got a few more minutes.
One more thing.
Right.
You know who surprised me and everybody thought was a bust? Yes.
What? Josh Myers? I see a difference in the offensive line with Josh Myers in there.
Josh Myers a beast. That boy was a beast. His Bears. It's like when he played the Bears, that man gets no. You see how many pancakes Josh Myers had?
He had a good game.
No, you know who else? You know who else stepped? You know who else is real good? Sean Ryan. Everybody.
Sean Ryan. That's what I was about to say.
Sean Ryan. Everybody's a bust. Remember the PTS, the drug use last year, and he's a bust. He's a bust. What did Tim? What's his name? TR. What's his name? Mike Walsh. What Mike Walsh said? He said, I didn't get good until my 3rd year.
4th year.
Right.
4th year.
He said his 3rd year.
I think he said 4th, but yeah, we'll take 3rd. But still, that proves a point.
Sean Ryan and Josh Myers looking like what's his name? Bad boys in the middle. Bad boys.
Look, I love Elton. I love him at center, but he just need more reps there if he's going to do that. And in a rainy game, it just wasn't the thing to do. He's best at left guard.
I'm saying if Josh Myers can keep it up for the next, if he can keep it up against the Niners defensive line, I'm signing him the next day. $10 million. $10 million.
Hey, Niehoff says we need big porkers up front on defense. We're too small at that position. We got big TJ Slayton, so he holds it down. He did, and actually TJ Slayton did good too.
He said big. He said big guys.
Yeah, bigger guys,
No,
big boys.
no. A 4-3 is all about small guys. A 3-4 is big guys. 3-4 is the fast guys to shoot the gaps.
I
Like
think you still need a big boy in there though, no matter
I know
4-3
that,
or
but
3-4. This is
like I said,
apprentice.
TJ Slayton had got a sack too, but like I said, Gary, Carl Brooks, Devontae Wyatt, and we just need with Brenton Cox. I don't care. You just need another answer on the other side, unless Igobare come out and play like he did 3 games ago. But you
I think
need
Ingabari did good this week. He just didn't finish. Dark Gable says we should have taken Cooper DeJean. I'm not sure. We'll see.
I
We do
wanted
need depth at corner.
I wanted Morgan. I don't care what nobody said. You cannot have enough one. It's called build a wall for Jordan Love. Morgan wasn't even bad.
Hey, Dark Gable says who we got in the middle. We talking about Kenny Clark if he can hold down the middle. Devontae Wyatt's supposed to take over him. Hey, shout out to Siren 19. We haven't seen you. The defense definitely looked Joe Barry-ish yesterday. He also says we still a work in progress defensively. We are, you guys.
HP, hold on. Go back to the Gabriel his comment.
What, we should have taken Cooper?
We don't have a middle. You have Kenny Clark line up on the guard, and you have Wyatt line up on the guard. The center, the 4-3, the 3-4, you have a nose. 4-3, you don't have a nose. You have you have guys in the cover 2, cover 1, or lined up. You don't have no cover 0. Not cover 0. You don't have a 0. A 0 is a nose. You have a 1-2, and you have an outside tackle.
Just to let you guys know, this is Coach PK at his finest. So what about this, Coach PK? Gooseby says Stokes had a game. And I think we should see more of Stokes. Where has he been to me?
Yeah, I'd rather see Stokes and Keyshawn Nixon. But you can't have CV and Stokes out there if you finna run and they finna run a ball at you. They can't tackle.
TR, what are your general feelings? TR, what are your general feelings about Stokes? We're gonna keep him around. Is this a guy that can contribute?
Yeah,
I think
he's like a CV.
That was a question for TR.
I don't think he's back with us next year, to be honest with you. I think he's terrible at covering guys, shifty guys, in and out of breaks. He can't keep up with it. He has some, straight speed, but yeah, I'm not impressed with him. I think we need to move on. I think we need a good draft and maybe bring someone in that corner for next year. That's just my opinion.
Guess what?
And I think mentally, he's going something's going on mentally with the game with him too. Go ahead, PK.
PK's on the way with the mock drafts, but what you would call it? Stokes, but I ain't gonna tell you. Stokes got in and got broke by DJ Moore. As soon as he stepped the foot on the field, he got dropped. I don't know if he slipped or no, he just got wrecked badly. I think I want Stokes going in my heart, but I want to give Stokes another chance with this defense, man, because he was hurt and he's battling a mental because he's been out for 2 years. So
almost.
So he's battling an up battle. He's younger. See, I will give Kenny Clark another chance, but Kenny Clark is going to be 30. If Kenny Clark was 26, I'd give Kenny Clark multiple chances, but he's 30. He's going to be 30 next year in December. Well, he already 29, but he's going to be 30 in, Goop. Unless the reason why Preston Smith got a third contract because Preston Smith was still good. Preston Smith, 33, he was still good in the defense and he was still getting 9 sacks a year. Kenny Clark got only 1 sack out of 12 games?
Well, pretty much what you're saying is there's always exceptions, and if you're playing good enough, no matter how old you are, they'll put you in. We'll see what happens with Kenny Clark, though. We're gonna get out of here soon, but go ahead, TR. We're gonna take care of our people.
I didn't have anything to add on that. It's just
And
just
then
PK again, trying to work out contracts. He has his whole budget. He's managing the salary cap. He's doing mock drafts. He's got
And
our backs.
we're in the middle of the football season. We have
That's
plenty
right.
time for that,
now,
PK. We got plenty time for that in 4
That's
months.
right.
how about
He does all that work. It allows you and me, HP, to just concentrate on football.
Oh
look,
yeah.
it'd be different. Okay, it'd be different if I hush my mouth. If Kenny come out next week and get 3-4 sacks on Purdy, I'll shut my mouth.
Hey, 2 or something weeks ago, you said Packers Kingdom. Oh, I ain't got nothing to say about Kenny no more. I ain't got nothing. You did. Now look at what you're saying. All right, we're gonna move on. Hey, Goopy says Stokes didn't give up much against the Bears. I will have to look more on that. AJ says, I knew as soon as Jair got hurt, they were going to start using screens on his side of the field. And that's, again, obviously, injuries are a part of football, but sometimes going into game plans, we expect to have Jair, and he is really an eraser. But, man, this dude cannot stay healthy. Dave Niehoff says Quay is ranked 153rd in the NFL. That can't be good. Niehoff says maybe we have overrated our talent on our defense. Us as Packer fans, I think always overrate our own players, even the good ones.
Quay is ranked 153 out of linebackers, right? But PFL have Quay top 5 in grades in PFF. And I see Quay get missed tackles, get whipped, and still have a good rating. That means PFF is full of crap.
That's why you should take it with a grain of salt. That's why you should take RAS scores with a grain of salt. What we need to really look at as far as these football players is what we see with our eyes.
Watson, look, let me tell you this. Christian Watson had a 93.0 PFF grade, and he only dropped and the percentage of the drop balls is a 3.7.
Hey, Josh 1K says, what I miss? Just a lot of PK, speaking his mind. Hey, JT, Kenny getting paid like 16 mil this year. He not getting paid top 5 money. Niehoff, it's not easy winning in the NFL, and when your quarterback is hurt for 8 of those weeks, it's tough. Absolutely. Coach Land, never apologize for a win. It's the NFL. Absolutely. Dubs routed up Stevenson. Yeah, he did. Love couldn't get him the ball. What happened to the Raiders passes to Dubs in the red zone? Yeah. No, for sure. That needs to come back. Why don't you we're in the red zone, throw that fade. Dubs has good body positioning, and he has an understanding of doing that, just like Packers Kingdom said. Fade passes, damn, spell check, for sure. Hey, shout out to Dave's up in the building, man. We take care of our people real quick. Hey, the Bear OC should be their head coach moving forward. Coach Lynn, you have a point there, but again, OC, just because you're a good OC doesn't necessarily mean you'll be a great head guy. Maybe he just needs to stay OC, but I hope they get him out of town because he actually looks like he's actually trying and trying to see what's the best, he can bring out of Caleb. So I seen that, but we got out with the win. Next time they're coming to Lambeau. We got to start winning these divisional games. Coach Lynn, we need more TJ Slaton. I think TJ Slaton gotta have more in that gas tank. That's a big boy. And my boy Dave's is in the house. Dave's Garcia. Let's pick this one up before we start to close this out. I can't even get this. Hold on. All right. Doesn't matter what you call it. Matters where you line them up. Playing 3 tech, 4. One is a 2 gap, other is a 1 gap, usually not rocket science. Yeah, I just think it's still part of Hafley figuring out like what's going on, bro. After a bye week, yeah, you got all this information of what you should do and what you could do, but it's still a mixture of a lot of stuff. I just think that Hafley needs a little more time. But although he needs a little more time, I think we've been progressing at a good rate. Coach Lynn says we miss Lloyd's juice. Yeah, but hey, Emmanuel Wilson got some juice too, man. Kia, shout out to Kia J. Watson should be wide receiver number 2. Possibly, or he could be 1. Him 1, Romeo 2, Romeo 1, him 2. Doesn't matter. Morgan will be legit. He got to stay healthy, Coach Land. Niehoff, these next 6 weeks are going to be exciting. Yes, it is. And the next 6 weeks for the Bears are going to be the total opposite. Man, this is a game they really had to have. The Bears, You look at their schedule. I forgot who it is. I can't name any of the teams, but when I looked at it, they got a good, tough next 3 games. We got a hobbling Niners team coming into Lambeau. Hopefully, we handle business there. Kia says, hopefully, Marshawn Lynch gets back.
I think Bosa gonna be out for a bit because I think he got an oblique.
Hey, Siren 19 says Wicks. Hey, Siren 19 says Wicks with a question mark. So to end this stream, since we'll just be interactive with Siren. So what needs to happen? What needs to happen in this receiver room? Do we need J Love just to make more plays and a better connection? Do we need these receivers to be used more? How are we looking at the wide receiver room? To me, I think the production hasn't matched what I think of these guys. But again, I could just be being a Green Bay homer. But when you got a Dontavian Wicks, when you got a Romeo Doubs, when you got a Christian Watson, when you got a Jaden Reed, when you got a Tucker Kraft, when you got a Luke Musgrave when healthy, it's like you should be able to pick and choose any person to throw to. But it seems like there's still struggles. Do we put this on Love?
No, I think is that it's too many mouths to feed, and you got to feed the running backs. It's too many mouths to feed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
So what do you think about TR?
I think week to week, depending on the game plan, you're going to have different guys who can contribute at any given point in time. I'm just happy that we have all these different guys, and they can step up at any time, at any game, at any point. So that's really a good problem to have, and I'm not really worried about forcing the ball to any one player just because they haven't been involved.
And this is for everybody in the wide receiver position. Do you guys remember the time? I mean, we love them to death, but Geronimo Allison, we've had some. And then shout out to Geronimo, nice catch in the back of the end zone that time against the Bears by Rodgers. But now I think is the best receiver room for a couple of years that we've had.
And then another thing y'all also forget is that when you drop the ball in clutch moments, that also that also don't get you the ball when he knows that he got Watson that's going to 99% make the catch. He trusts. He throws who he trusts. He trusts Dobbs, but Dobbs been dropping the ball lately. Reed been dropping the ball lately. Wicks dropped the ball lately. Josh Jacobs catch all the balls, and Watson caught the ball. So he's gonna throw it to the guy that knows that it's open. Like Wicks gets open, but do you really trust Wicks to seal a game winner? No, you don't. You don't feel right throwing him the ball.
You would like to, but listen, we're gonna power through these last comments and then get our last last words.
I got so much to say. It's so much to say.
We'll talk again. We'll take care of business. We'll do it. Niehoff says later, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna get up out of here. Coach Lynn says Stokes is gone. Triple dip at corner. Goot. He did it with safety, so he might do it then. Coach Lynn says injury zap Stokes' abilities, possibly, but it probably could, help him too mentally because you get injured, you can still learn the game mentally and know where the ball is going. Siren says I agree with you guys' points on the receivers. Kia J says is Love the future. Absolutely, we paid him already. He's the near future.
Hey, one more thing.
Hold on. Hold on. Dave says this is why they call us entitled. Complaining about a better defense than last year, and our top DBs have been injured. How many times? And adjusting to a scheme change on the RB front, there is a reason. Pass pro. Hey, we're gonna end it with that. That was very, very brilliant by Dave's. They call us entitled. We want to complain about this, complain about that. We have not been healthy. A lot of things have been happening. New scheme, new players. Like we are 7-3. I think we should really appreciate that. Within all these problems we talking about, to be 7-3 at the same time, and we can improve on these problems. I think we are in a good place.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe just to finish it out, we've talked a lot this last hour. We've done a lot of complaining. Yeah, outsiders certainly will say we're entitled town. That's only because I think we're always looking to the bigger plan. The bigger plan is to get a championship. But the fact remains that we did not play a good game yesterday, and we came out with a victory. So that's a very positive thing. Winners just win, and we should be thankful.
Couldn't have said it any better. Closing words for you, PK, after this week of football, after this win of football against the rival Bears divisional opponent. How you feeling? What's your closing statement for today's stream?
I'm gonna say that closing statement for another time, but I want to
Okay.
close. Do you think if Halfley say, "Goot, matter of fact, I want Stokes back on my team. I want to keep the same guys from last year. What you think they will do for? What you think they'll do with Stokes? If Halfley said, "I want Stokes back," what you think? Do you think he have? Do you think he has say so like Rich Mustachio? And I feel
I mean, I think it's always the GM's decision, obviously, ultimately, but I'm sure at some capacity, coaches have a little bit of suggestions that they can make.
But I think Goot let his coaches decide what they want to do. Just like
We don't know that.
I mean, like, Halfley. This is not Halfley.
Hey, we don't know that though, PK. So let's not get that out there because there's been many times Matt LaFleur says, "Hey, I don't know. That's a question for Goot." Matt LaFleur is the head coach of the team. He should be able to control everything. For him to still say that's a question for Goot, I think Goot is making the moves. His job is different from the coaches.
Let me tell you why. Look, think about it. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. Joe Barry. We playing with Joe Barry's players that they gave to Joe Barry. But don't forget, let's not forget that Halfley said he wanted a guy that can do everything. They went and got X, so they did what Halfley asked him to do. So he did have say so in X, and they went to go get him. So
Did we get X before Halfley?
Huh?
Did we get X before Halfley?
No, we got Halfley, then we got X. Because Halfley said I want a guy that can do post, this, and this. That's why why we went to get Bullard, X, Adapo, Evan Williams. So they do listen to Halfley when he talks. He don't say what specific player that he wants, but they already know what he mean when they look at the film because the personnel group. Because I'm part of the personnel group. They basically look at the film and look at how many positions they play. We like versatile players. We don't like guys that do one thing. If you're a versatile player, best believe 85, 90%, we're going to select you or you're going to get bought. One thing or another. You got to play multiple positions to be on this team because you got to play special teams for Rich, which X, Bullard, and they all have stats playing special teams.
Well, look, I will end it with this. At the end of the day, as much as we want to say, it could be basketball, it could be football, it could be soccer. At the end of the day, these are football players. There's different type of schemes. They are human beings. You might be a student, go to a class, you never learned the subject before, but by the end of that class, given good teaching and you wanting to learn and the knowledge, it can get better in due time. So, I like to hear people, oh, he's a 4-3 guy, he's a 3-4 guy. If they are football players and they get paid a lot of money, they should be able to do whatever job they're asked to do.
You know why I say that Quay is fit more in 4-3? Don't forget, Georgia is a 4-2-5. Georgia's a 4-2-5. Georgia's a 4-3, and Georgia also plays 3-4. They play versatile formations. That's why I say Quay can play multiple formations. Is just that when you used to playing in one scheme in the field, it's hard to translate, especially if you're not a real good translated person.
Okay. Let me translate it this way, Packers Kingdom, to end this. Some people get remarried, okay? Your first wife has nothing to do with your second wife. You just have to learn how to appease her. You have to learn how to, make her number one in your book. So, I know you like, and then everybody likes to say he's a 3-4 guy, he's a 4-3 guy, he's better in this scheme, he's better in that scheme. But at the end of the day, whatever situation you're in, you just have to make the best of it. So regardless of who we have, regardless of who we want to trade this offseason, who needs to go, who needs to this, who needs to that, we are worried about this year where the trade deadline is gone, where we have who we have at this point. So what the coaches need to do at the best of their teaching, and it's still the first year in this defense, is to teach these guys how to be in the right spot in this scheme. And I'm going to end it with that. I know you got more to say, PK. We might have to stream on your channel at some point or do something, but we got to grind up. We got to get up out of here. Thank you for everybody coming through. Shout out to TR and shout out to Packers Kingdom. Hey, y'all, don't forget, it is Victory Monday. Go wear your shit out there. Go talk your shit out there. Closing words, PK.
Closing words. We got to do better next week. This
Couldn't say it any better. Couldn't say it any better. We love PK. His passion, we love him. We love him.
Yes, we love him to death. Hey, and y'all, we will be back on here at some point, so stay tuned in. Appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate PK and appreciate TR for coming through, man. Victory Monday. Y'all do your thing. And the last but not least, shout out to Siren. Appreciate the channel. I'm a newly subscriber, man. Welcome. This is what we do, bro. We are real deal Packer fans over here, and I'm happy that you subscribe to the channel and like the content. So we're gonna get up out of here. Let's take care of my boy Dave's last. Went to the marriage. Hey, motherfucker went the marriage route. Yeah, sometimes you perform better if you have a good side chick too. That's a point, but we'll say that. Hey, shout out to Dave's, my favorite Wisconsin Mexican. But on that note, we getting out of here. You have a point there. And I have no shortage. Never mind. I don't want to get killed, but I'm getting out of here, y'all. Hey, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. All right, TR. Thank you.
All right.